Welcome into this Sweet 16 edition of Sportsline. We'll get to the college basketball highlights coming up later in the show, but first we head to Pocatello. Julia Cox has more on the Idaho State softball team and how the Bengals have adjusted to their new head coach in the first half of the season. Julia.
Yeah, Jeff, former ISU head coach Julie Wright was known for her strict mentality, and she took that with her to Maryland, where she was hired as the Terps head coach. Now in enters Candy Letts, who's known for more of her laid-back coaching style.
With Julia, we were more robotic, so if it changed like randomly, like softball, like the game changes all the time, then we didn't really like adjust that well, and I think that's what happened at the end of the season. So now we work more on our feet, and so we can adjust way better.
Letts came to the Bengals program with 18 years of head coaching experience at the Division I level, with stops at Colorado State, Ole Miss, and Utah State. She spent the past 3 years coaching at Fairleigh Dickinson University, where she compiled a 60-62 record and led the program to its first 2 trips to the Northeast Conference Tournament, and her laid-back coaching style is being received well by her new team.
I like it personally. It's nice to, have that kind of freedom to make your own mistakes, and you can tell who's going to really push themselves with that. With Julie, it was more strict and everything was this way, and Coach Letts has her moments like that too, but it's more, she gives you enough rope to hang yourself with.
She's more laid back. I'm sure you've heard other players say that. She gives us the tools that we need. She's always there for anything that we need, so we're just ready.
But Coach Letts knew that her new team was going to take some time to adjust to her style of coaching.
It's taken these 6 weeks, in which I knew it would. I wasn't expecting any miracles. But now I think we want them loose. We want them to be able to play. And our job is to come in and tell them adjustments they have to make, but we sort of allow them a lot of freedom. But I think they're now starting to realize that they do make a difference. They can make the biggest difference. And we're starting to see that a little bit more, in which we want them to be loose and we want them to have fun, but we also want them to compete.
Now Coach Letts and her squad were able to debut that laid-back coaching style because after 27 games on the road, they were finally back home at Miller Ranch Stadium. The Bengals hosted Southern Utah in a doubleheader to start up conference play. The Thunderbirds strike first in the first inning, runners on first and second. A lot of firsts in there. And Megan Reed hits one to the right center gap, bringing home 2 for the 2-run lead. And then with Reed still on board, Kendall Kapitsky lines one off the foul pole for a home run. So the Thunderbirds jump out to a 4-0 lead after the first, but the Bengals start to chip away at that lead in the second. Maddie Hickman is up, no one on, and she launches one to left center. The camera's in the way, but she'll touch them all for a home run. The Bengals trail 4-1. And the Bengals aren't done with the long ball just yet. To the 5th inning, the Bengals are down 4-2. The bases are loaded with no outs for Ashlyn Ames, and she delivers with a grand slam, but the Bengals would fall in 9 innings. 14-7 would be the final score. And the Bengals played in a doubleheader today, losing that second game 2-0. Southern Utah scored 2 in the 4th, and that was it. Ashlyn Ames threw 7 innings, allowing 6 hits, striking out 4, and walking 1. And allowing those 2 earned runs. Now, the Bengals will host the Thunderbirds for one more game tomorrow before they hit the road again on Tuesday to play in Salt Lake to take on the Utah Utes. Jeff, back to you.
Yeah, Julia, we hope that the Bengals can salvage at least one game from the Thunderbirds before going to take on a Pac-12 school. Thank you very much.